everyone, and welcome back to the Raincoat DLC bonus episode Fun Times. Yeah! Realize I did like a thumbs up there, but obviously you can't see me, so... Look, I'm very expressive with my hands, alright? Even though you can't see me, I will always do hand signs. Even though I know you can't see them, and I bring this up whenever I do. Whatever! Why is this my intro? In the last episode, we did Desuhiko's sub-story, and it was pretty good! You know, we met female Gonta, we saw Desuhiko be good at his job, and also a loser at the same time. It's my kind of guy! Look, hey. I don't know about your feelings about Desuhiko. I quite like him. And you know what? I mean, the sub-story made me like him just a little bit more too. And that's why I'm hella excited to get into Fubuki's, because if you watch my main series, you may know Fubuki, I did like her. I like characters like her, like Sonia, that are kind of just... They have a very specific joke, and it is one that I always find funny. I'm sorry, I'm a simple man. But she is still my least favorite member of the main cast. I don't know, I kind of thought, because I said this at the end of last episode, and I was kind of thinking about this, like, whenever I think main cast, I think, like, you know, the 5 who get the sub-stories. I don't really think, like, Yuma and Shinigami as well. But you know what? I do quite like Shinigami and Yuma. I know I definitely had, like, my problems with Shinigami overall, but, like, I do still quite like her. You know, I reconciled with this in the finale, right? Like, I don't think Yuma and Shinigami would be, like, super high. Granted, you know, when you've got, like, a main cast of 7, super high is, like, really high. But I still think Fubuki would still definitely rank under them, but you know what? Maybe we'll turn things around here, eh? Maybe, well, I doubt it. They did have, like, an entire game together. But, hey, look. It's whatever. It's whatever. If I could do it all over again. Every person has had that thought at some point. Exams, bets, relationships, work troubles. If only I could erase my failures. If only I could have been more successful. However, once a moment has passed, it cannot be redone. Unless you're her. Fubuki Clockford, the master detective capable of rewinding time. Her strange and lucky day begins now. In Fubuki's luckiest day. Can't believe I did the thumbs up again. What is wrong with me? Only autosave is enabled for sub-stories. I'm gonna say it every time. I know I've only said it once before this. So it's not like it's a semi-ingrained ritual, but, you know, we'll set the precedent now. Can't let Holera, Vivia, and Yako down when we do theirs. So how's your day?
Hey, you there! Me? Yes, beautiful lady. You will succeed in all you do today. Consider it your lucky day, so to speak.
Lucky day?
Yes, it'll be the best day of your life. If you were ever to play a game of chance, today would be the day. Shall I read your fortune? I'll tell you what your lucky number is.
I do not fare well at gambling.
And even if you did tell me my lucky number, I'd forget it.
Someone just fell from the sky!
Is this part of my lucky day?
Well, I have heard the song Raining Men. Mayhaps. Fubuki's luckiest day.
It appears as though something
dopey
is happening
face.
over there.
Ah, you know what? In a strange way, I've missed it. Looking at that stupid, stupid face of hers. Oh, yeah, 2D side-scroller? Let's go. What a ruckus. Actually, wait, hang on. Did I see whether we could speak to the fortune teller lady again? Oh, yeah, we can.
Hey,
Do you wish to know your lucky number? One moment.
But
At the moment, I am more concerned about the commotion than my lucky number. Oh, I am frightfully forgetful. I will just forget it anyway. Oopsie-doo.
I wonder if it could be some sort of festival.
No, Fubuki, that is a dead man. I see his pink homunculi blood. There we go. Got what they were called for a second there.
What's going on? Looks like someone collapsed.
Some guy fell from a building nearby.
Was it a suicide?
Pardon me. Please let me through.
Are you a doctor?
No, I am not.
However, if it is a particularly lucky day, perhaps I'll be able to cure him with my magic finger touches. Poke, 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 poke. No, I fear he is lost to us forever.
Do you know this man?
No, I do not know him whatsoever.
Then why are you here?
Today is supposed to be my lucky day, so I thought I might be of some use.
God damn it, Fubuki. Oh, so blissfully innocent.
Huh?
Oh, you are still breathing. What luck.
Yeah, I know, right? It really looks like he should be fucking absolutely dead.
Hey, he's trying to say something. 3.
3? I was not quite able to hear you. Could you please repeat yourself?
Yes, and please say it slowly so I can count the numbers on my fingers to make sure I remember what one is 3.
Hey, hang in there. He's not breathing. Where's the ambulance?
Maybe that was a dying message? It sounded to me as though he was trying to say the number 3.
And I mean, there was a die right there next to the dying man. Fubuki, there must be a connection.
If I am not mistaken, those were the last words he uttered before death. I must not let them go to waste.
It's so true, Fubuki. You better repeat these lines till the day you die. You know, to me, I was like making like a wink, wink, nudge, nudge reference. Because, you know, like last episode, and it was fresh in my mind, talking about Ace Attorney, talking about Serenade, but, you know, that isn't really... You know the whole thing about Apollo repeating the death, whatever, just move on.
Oh, if I rewind time, I can hear his message again. Repeatedly hearing someone's dying message is something only I can do.
What are
Fubuki,
you mumbling about? If you're not gonna help, get out of the...
Fubuki, this is
Actually,
just not worth it.
why not try to prevent him from dying in the first place instead?
Well, that does fit with what you were talking about with, Yeah, it was humor in Chapter 3. I can't remember if it was like... Did we first broach this subject in Chapter 3 with, Oh, the big guy. What was his name? Oh, fuck, I actually genuinely can't remember. Sachi, I think it was? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Sachi. The big guy. I think that's when we first broached it, but I'm pretty sure this was brought up with Yako, obviously. And also the fact that Fubuki turning back time repeatedly killed him. But, you know.
Protecting the people is part of my duties as a detective. I may still make it in time if I hurry.
Hey, you there.
Pardon me, I am in a hurry.
I wonder if our lucky number's gonna be 3. Anyway, I must get there quick. Oh.
That noise!
I must be there to catch him when he falls.
Are you alright? What happened? Is there something you must say to me? Please, go ahead. 2? As in the number?
Hey, you. What happened? Are you all right? Should I call an ambulance?
No need, I am fine. I shall be right back. The dying message was different this time.
Yeah, is he really just saying whatever his dice rolls?
First was 3, next it was 2. I wonder what it could mean.
I wonder if it will be 1 this time.
Hey, you there.
This is exhausting. I might not make it. Oh, perfect timing. Pardon me. Please let me in. Forward! Full speed ahead!
Just end up hitting this guy instead. Oh my god! I mean, it's either that or run him over, right? Surely.
Are you alright?
I feel like... is that
What
worse?
happened here? Can you talk?
There. 1.
1? Now it is 1? What could it mean? Tell me, please, before you die! Did someone push you off? Who was the culprit? No good. I must do it over again.
Hey, he's still breathing. The car's roof must have cushioned his fall.
Yeah, let's go, Fubuki. You accidentally saved this man.
Hurry up and call an ambulance.
Dude, yeah, not to be too Desuhiko, but... Man, why was her little blushy cry face so cute there?
Thank goodness. It is true. Today really is my lucky day. What a happy ending.
Yeah. Sure thing, Fubuki. Sure thing. So, is that your brand of detective work? Do you just, like, trial and error everything until it just works out? I mean, I guess you can. You can do that with your power, so, like...
What a happy ending. And that is what happened the other day.
No, I was gonna say, wait, is this the... Also, hey, cool to have some other members of the squad show up. Was this where in Chapter 1 we came to see him? But no, Halera wasn't here then. That was like the whole thing.
That's not a happy ending at all! Nothing was solved!
Except him not dying, I
Did
guess.
the guy live?
Yes, he managed to survive. Although he is currently in a coma.
Okay, well, I mean, well...
So you still don't know why he fell from the sky?
The newspaper says it was an attempted suicide. It seems he climbed over a fence on top of the building.
Although, actually, wait, how does that work with homunculi? How would a coma work for the homunculi? Because we know when they die, they come back to life, but they're zombies. coma work? Because are you dead at that point? Like, when he wakes up from the coma, does he just become a zombie, or is he, like, totally fine?
I bet the Peacekeepers made that up after another half-assed investigation.
Regardless, it has nothing to do with us.
I mean, you're right and all, but doesn't it bother you? That sure is a weird dying message. At first it was 3, then 2, then finally 1, right? It's like a countdown or something. I've never heard of a changing dying message.
That's because dying messages are normally a one-time event.
They've got a point.
So perhaps the message changed because I turned back time.
No, that doesn't make sense. The victim had already fallen by the time you arrived at the scene. So whether it be a suicide or a homicide, the events leading up to the fall shouldn't have changed. And I doubt he'd want to tell you something different each time. What do you think, Alara?
Should I assume you're requesting to hire me with that question?
Never mind then. It was dumb of me to ask.
No matter the problem, asking for my assistance is the wisest choice one can make.
Except you charge an arm and a leg each time.
Naturally, I must charge an appropriate rate. Although, in this case, it doesn't seem like a criminal act. I suppose I don't mind, if we consider this a conversation among friends.
There you go, trying to, like, almost soon-derily work your way into making this not about your money, about your cat shelter.
Oh, so we're friends now. What's with the change of heart?
I wonder why the dying message changed. Do you know why, Halara?
You know, I was gonna say this for when we had, like, a break. I do enjoy Desuhiko whenever he's talking with Fubuki. Because I feel like, I'm pretty sure I mentioned this as well, he is just kind of, like, different with her. Like, he doesn't really hit on her at all, weirdly. I mean, he does, but not very often. And I don't know, I enjoy their dynamic, because, like, she's the only one dumber than he is, I guess. And, like, you know, Desuhiko's not an idiot, but he's the comic relief type of moron, right? And Fubuki is even more so than that. So he can actually, like, play the straight man to her. And, like, he actually seems competent when she's talking, which is... I find it quite humorous, I will say. But he also gets some, like, snark in there with, like, Halara.
I can deduce the possibilities. However, I cannot declare anything unless I investigate the scene myself.
So an investigation is still necessary.
I don't remember if I said this at any point in the main series. I think this was something that I thought about afterwards. It's probably something better saved for Halara, but since, like, they're talking about their investigation method, you know, I did... Well, everyone finds it weird, right? That Chapter 1... You don't find out the names of literally anyone involved, it's just their titles. But, like, it kind of hit me after the fact that, oh yeah, obviously that is the case, because it's supposed to be, like, reflective of Halara's investigation style. They don't want to get involved with people, so they don't even bother to learn their names. It's just like, yep, I'm gonna solve this case, your name does not matter. You are just an object within this case. And I thought that was cool. Although it is, you know, it's not like, it's not very overt that is why the Chapter 1 is what it is. So it's like, I feel like most people don't really think about that. And the fact that I've said this and it's not, like, directly confirmed, it's one of those, I don't know, I think you're looking too much into it kind of things. But, yeah, you know. Whatever, sorry. Just had to go on my little tangent there. Oh boy, an investigation.
You definitely want to remember this.
In clues, you can review the info of acquired clues. Whoa. But okay. We've actually got some detective work here.
By the way, according to the newspaper, the victim fell from a 4-story building.
Oh, really? 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Floor 1 is a luxury brand shop. Floor 2 is a restaurant. Floor 3 is a beauty salon. And floor 4 is a casino.
Okay, well that could explain where the single die was coming from.
Each floor has windows facing the street that cannot be opened. Thus, it's very likely the victim fell from the rooftop.
Okay.
Do we have an ID on the victim?
He's a 25-year-old man. He works at the shop on the first floor, but often goes to the other floors as a customer.
So the people in the building were his acquaintances. There's still a chance someone else from the building took him up to the roof and pushed him off.
Perhaps the dying message indicates who did it?
If that was the case, then it's weird the message changed each time he got to the victim.
Yeah, he just mysteriously fell from a different floor every single time, including the first floor.
Or maybe there's someone named 321? That can't be it, right?
You can't say that with certainty.
It could be. Who knows?
Okay, fair enough, but that doesn't explain why the message changed.
That reminds me, when the victim mentioned 1 the last time he spoke, he actually said, there.
There? Did he find something?
That I do not know, though he did look as though he was searching for something.
Did you really not see the die all the times you went through that, Fubuki?
What does that mean?
The victim must have had something in his hand while he was falling. The impact of the fall caused him to drop it.
I see. So the victim found the item, then left the message 1.
If you think about it that way, the victim's message makes sense, and it's likely the item is related to the case.
Fubuki, did you find anything at the scene?
My deepest apologies. I did not notice anything of the sort.
Fubuki!
You may be careless, but I doubt you'd miss something so big you'd need 2 hands to hold it. Which means it had to be something small enough that it could be easily missed.
Okay. See? I like this! This is good! We get to see him do their detectiving!
Hold on. The victim must have held this thing in his hand the first time he fell. But instead of 1, he said 3 that time.
Are you gonna intuit out that it's a die?
Was he holding something different each time he fell? Or was he holding more than 1 thing?
Considering when Fubuki turned back time, it's hard to believe he held something different each time. However, we cannot eliminate the possibility there may have been multiple items.
I am now more lost than ever.
If we follow the logic, we will always arrive at our destination, the truth.
But I am truly lousy at that.
You sure are, Fubuki.
Don't give up, princess. Let's start from the beginning.
Very well. I shall try.
Weirdly encouraging of you, Fuyuhiko. Desuhiko.
If the victim was holding something, that would be a key clue in this case, right? First, regarding the size of what he was holding...
It was small.
That's right.
Oh my god, they're actually like babying her through it. I mean, that on one hand, that's actually quite wholesome. That they're like, okay, let's slow down. We'll do it nice and slow for her. And yeah, you got it right, Fubuki. Well done. But it's also quite funny.
Even Fubuki, who was at the scene immediately after the victim fell, didn't notice that small item. Therefore, it's reasonable to believe that whatever he held was something that could fit in the palm of his hand.
And the impact of the fall caused him to drop it. The third time, the victim realized he dropped it and appeared to be looking around for it. And when he saw it, he said, "There, 1." But why would the victim mumble the word 1 after seeing it?
Well, I mean, based on the conversation, it was this. But presumably, it was that.
Normally, that would mean that whatever was on the surface of the item displayed the number 1, would it not? So the victim saw that and read the number 1 aloud.
Huh? That's a dumb conclusion to make.
Yeah, look, it's just because I know,
No,
alright?
that's a sensible way to think about it. It's logical as well.
Thank you, Hollera. I have nothing else to say, just thank you, Hollera.
The victim saw it and mumbled 1, so we should assume it was actually written there.
Are you serious? So, whatever it is has the numbers written on its surface, right? What is it then? I don't get it. In the beginning, he said 3, not 1.
It's not strange at all if we assume the number changes depending on the situation.
The number can change? Wait, then that must be it!
Whoa, Fubuki! Do you know what it is?
Yes, although it is just my guess. The item the victim was holding...
Was a watch. Which, hey, you know what? To her credit, that is a thing that has numbers on it.
Such as a die or something.
A die? Oh,
It did
I
fall out of
get
a
it.
casino
The
window.
number would change depending on the roll. Hold on. It first went from 3 to 2. Isn't it strange the numbers weren't the same? Fubuki arrived at the scene after the victim fell. By that time, the die would have fallen from the victim's hand. Which means that whatever number turned up on the die should have been set by that point. It couldn't have changed.
You're right. Do you have a counter-argument for this?
No. But luck?
In that case, perhaps this explains it.
I kinda wanna say that. But it's probably that, right? The angle that he saw the die from is
The angle
different.
from which he saw the die would have been different.
The angle?
The first time, the victim was lying face down. If there was a die in his line of sight, he would have only seen one side of it.
What about the second time?
The second time, I arrived just a bit earlier, so I tried to help the victim up. At that moment, he probably saw the top side of the die.
I see. So that's how it went. It's true that under normal circumstances, only the number on the top of a die is read.
He landed on the taxi the third time, so it is possible that the roll of the die changed.
Fubuki, you sure are sharp this morning.
I know, right? She's stupid and has some she has the ideas of all time. Sure was her luckiest day after all, but yeah, I mean, she is a detective, that was always kind of the thing, right? As I said, but like, yeah, obviously we know that Fubuki can do good work because she is a master detective. Just, we never really got to see it in any capacity. And here, they're all just talking about stuff they don't even really know, but they can just figure it out. And Fubuki's involved in that as well, which it's good. It's just nice to see.
Really?
And how nice of you to say, Desuhiko. How nice.
So basically, it went like this. The victim fell from the rooftop while holding a die. He dropped it once he hit the ground. Which means the die was cast. As the victim was knocking on death's door, he mumbled whatever number he saw. Great job deducing that much, Fubuki.
Does it appear that I'm becoming a better detective?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, but not nearly as great as me.
We still lack an answer regarding the final part.
The final part?
What was the victim trying to communicate with his dying message?
Now that you mention it, you're totally right. Why did he even bother reading the number on the die?
Yeah, I mean, 3 times in a row he was more concerned about the die than dying. So, it must have been something big.
Perhaps it was to inform us of the identity of the culprit?
There is no doubt that the die was meant to point out the culprit. Nearing death, the victim sought out the die to inform you of that.
But how? How would that be the case?
But in his daze, the best he could do was say the number he saw.
So the die was pointing out the culprit?
Wait, wasn't there a place that had something to do with dice in the building the victim fell from?
Sure was.
Oh, so perhaps the culprit was in there?
Turns out, yes, you can do this during cutscenes, huh? I mean, I don't really need to look at those. Profiles. Fortune teller and the man who fell. Very informative. Okay. Brief sleep, huh? I see.
Perhaps the culprit was in the casino on the 4th floor?
That's probably it.
You did it, Princess! I didn't think you'd be able to figure it out.
There is no way I could have done so on my own. You have my deepest thanks, Halara and Desuhiko.
God damn it, Fubuki, stop being adorable.
Yup, now bow down to my charisma. Still, we're just making assumptions here. We have no solid evidence. If someone said we made it all up based on his dying words, that'd be the end of it.
Yeah, he's got a point.
But we made so much progress in our investigation. Is there nothing to be done about it, Halara?
It would be one thing if we had the die as evidence, but it would be extremely difficult to find now.
If only I had noticed it and picked it up.
No biggie. It's not something you'd notice normally.
I don't know, it was a red die on a yellow car in the end. You know, I justifiably, sure, in the heat of the moment, maybe you wouldn't notice it in the times that she rewound. But in that final one, I feel like she probably should have.
Hey, Halara, what if we use your forte to find out where the die went?
I can't use my abilities while the victim is still alive.
Damn, you make it sound so ominous.
I mean, it kind of is.
Leaving this case alone is still a valid option. No one made a request for us to investigate, so it's not an urgent matter. The case will solve itself once the victim wakes up.
The culprit might attack the victim again before that happens. Since they didn't get him the first time, they might try to finish the job.
See Desuhiko 2 times in a row is like, request reshmest. Let's just do it.
That would be terrible. This is all my responsibility. What should I do?
I don't think there's any need for you to feel responsible, but I wouldn't feel good about leaving this unsolved. Hey, Halara, you know of any ways around this?
There is one.
Stop teasing us and just say it! Oh, and before you ask, I'm not paying a damn thing.
A clue, then. Ask the fortune teller.
Are you a villager in an RPG or something?
The fortune teller.
Huh? Did something spring to mind?
I told you in the beginning, remember? A fortune teller approached me.
What's that got to do with this case?
You should interrogate that fortune teller about the casino. You may hear something interesting.
About lucky
I
numbers?
understand. I shall depart after breakfast.
What? Hey, are you going alone? Fine, I'll join you. Alara, you're coming with, right?
I'm not going without a formal request.
So much for being friends.
All you have done is more than enough for me. Thank you very much. I can handle the rest on my own.
I'm here too, you know.
Yeah, see, this, I like this. Actually seeing the crew get to hang out a little bit as well, whilst doing their jobs to boot. It's incredible. This is like exactly what I wanted. This is great. I love this. God, big old smile on my face. It's not just from watching Fubuki's silly little face.
Hey, you there.
Us?
Yes, you lovebirds. You make one fine pair.
Oh, well, I'm not really one to get tied down, but,
You will succeed in all you do today. Consider it your lucky day, so to speak.
Lucky day?
Yes, it'll be the best day of your life. If you are ever to play a game of chance, today will be the day.
I forgot that's what you said.
Shall I read your fortune? I'll tell you what your lucky number is.
Yes, please.
It appears that multiples of 3 are your lucky numbers.
Okay, so 3 and 6 on a die. Okay.
If you're going to gamble, be sure to bet on increments of 3.
I get it. This is what Hilara was getting at.
What do you mean?
You're in bed with that casino up ahead, aren't you?
What are you saying? Casino? I don't know what you're talking about.
You claim we have good luck to scam us at the casino.
That's a baseless accusation. I'm just an ordinary fortune teller.
You must have heard about the guy who fell from the casino's building. The victim was nearly killed by someone who works there. I bet he knew too much about your secret. If you know something, you better cough it up now. Or you might be next.
Yeah, I wouldn't throw in a threat there, Desuhiko. I was gonna say, great work up until that point.
And if you're working with dangerous people, you should call it quits today. We can take care of the rest, so tell us what you know.
As you said, my job is to lure customers in and guide them to the casino. The lucky number thing is all a lie. In fact, if they pick those numbers, they will surely lose.
But I truly believed it was my lucky day.
It's alright, Fubuki. Keep on believing and it will be.
I'm sorry. I actually don't know how to tell anyone's fortune. I just followed the manual.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it did seem a little bit weird that you just like held up a magnifying glass first time, but...
And that manual was made by the casino?
Yes. Cheating is rampant in the casino. They really conduct some dirty business there.
Oh, cheating? In a casino? No! My casino would never be rigged. Nah, that's insane.
Do you know the man who fell from the building?
Yes, he's what they call a hired plant. He mixes in with the customers and steers them a certain way so the casino can cheat them. So, my ears perked up when I heard he attempted to kill himself. I knew he'd made a mistake and was being silenced.
I see. So that's what it was.
Interesting.
Hey, are you really gonna do something about them? If they find out I told you all this...
Leave it to me. Who do you think I am? I am the
superstar detective, slayer of evil, Desuhiko Thunderbolt.
Interesting, I didn't remember the Slayer of Evil last time, Desuhiko. You keep changing your little epithet?
That's not very reassuring.
It appears the entire casino is in on this crime. There will only be more victims if we leave them be.
We might as well see this through to the end. Though, I bet the chief would tell us to stay out of trouble.
Ah, you know he would.
But what shall we do? We lack even a single piece of evidence. I would feel terrible if we had to involve the fortune teller more than necessary.
I guess we'll have to rush in from the front.
Which means we are going on an adventure!
Woo! Adventure! I'm glad he's into it
Are
too.
they really gonna be alright?
Yeah, they are the two goobers of the squad, but I love them. They're great.
This looks like the place.
Indeed. Do you have a plan, Desuhiko?
Of course. The plan name is Leave Things to Chance.
And just rely on your forte.
Wow! That sounds exciting!
Well, yeah, I mean, it is an exciting strategy, that's for sure.
Let's go, Fubuki!
Right!
Wait,
Oh, hey, Hollera. What's up?
Laura, what are you doing here?
I knew you'd rush in without a plan.
Yes, and I didn't want to see you get yourselves killed multiple times over.
You are correct, Halara.
Carelessly sowing confusion will simply result in more victims. Don't be so rash.
Are you trying to get in our way? It'd be one thing if you just stayed out of it.
I'm saying the two of you don't stand a chance. If you're up against a casino, let me handle it.
Oh yeah, Hollera, you do like your gambling, don't you?
Are you going to help us?
Bet on me and you are sure to win. Listen, here's the plan.
Ooh, keeping me out of it? Ugh, you teasers. Ooh. You know, I feel like I didn't remember seeing this one either. The Fubuki's accessories thing in the loading screens before. Ah, well. I mean, this is certainly a casino. Fubuki, you're not about to just wander off, are you?
Welcome.
I'd like to convert all this into chips.
Right away.
Call the owner over. I'd like to play a game. Tell the owner I want to talk to him about that attempted suicide.
Understood.
How can I help you? You don't seem affiliated with the Peacekeepers.
I'll be direct. You tried to erase one of your hired plans.
What are you talking about?
I'll bet all of my chips.
You know, I was gonna make the joke before about how, what is this? Fubuki's side story or Hollera and Desuhiko's? But like, I feel like this just screams it all. Hollera's the one up front and Fubuki's just standing back there looking a little angry. Oh, she is adorable though. I can't knock it.
If you win, then this issue will disappear. We'll conclude our investigation and never return. And of course, you can keep all the chips.
Halara, are you sure about this?
And if you win?
You will confess your crimes and turn yourself into the Peacekeepers.
Very well. I don't know what crime you're speaking of, but as the owner of the casino, I cannot turn down such a direct challenge.
I feel like you can, but you know what? Alright, go for it, man.
I expect you to keep your word.
Of course, and you as well. So, what would you like to play?
Bring some dice.
A game of craps?
Yes, but let's cut out all of the complicated rules. This game will consist of 4 dice. Each player will take 2 and roll them at the same time. Whoever gets exactly 7 wins. If both rolls land on 7, then it's a draw and the game continues.
Very well. We will prepare the dice. Are you fine with that?
I don't mind.
Okay, Halra, what's the plan here?
You'll roll the dice.
What? Me? But you are far better at gambling, Halara.
I'm going to find out what's going on. Just roll the dice like you normally would. However, if the opponent rolls a 7, turn back time.
Oh, right. I do have that ability.
Oh, yes, my, entire purpose.
Are you ready? Let's play.
Wow, what a coinky-dink.
Well, well. Looks like that's game.
And you got it on the first try, that's incredible.
However, if the opponent rolls a 7, turn back time.
Halara, I just turned back time. He rolled a 7 right at the start. And my roll was terrible, by the way. I completely lost.
Oh, and I completely flubbed it. I threw one of the die right out the window. We were screwed from the start.
I knew it. But you can do this as many times as you want. That's your strength.
So here's a secret one, Fubuki. Throw one of the die right at his, and then he's gonna be like, wow, that's cheating. And then we'll prolong this 1 round longer. Oh yes, no, that's a good idea. I'll do that. Don't. I was joking, Fubuki. That's a terrible idea.
Right.
Are you done with your huddle? No amount of planning will help with dice. You must let luck take over from here. Now, let us play.
Yes, game on. This time.
Wow, I think that was even worse.
Why?
Well, well. Looks like that's game.
However, if the opponent rolls a 7, turn back time.
I have returned. This is the second time. The opponent rolled 7 on the first throw both times. The timing of the dice roll was different from before, so I thought there would be different numbers. Are casino owners blessed with natural luck?
Well, I think they were different numbers. They just still both added up to 7.
No, it's not luck. He's probably cheating.
Cheating?
Yes, one die, both dies only have numbers that could add up to 7 on them or something.
Seems like he's going all out. Well then, there's no reason for us to hold back either.
But what are you going to do? If he can cast a 7 each time through cheating, no amount of turning back time will help.
It's okay. I'll just do what I do best and jump on the table and punch the shit out of him.
Moreover, there is a limit to how many times I can use my ability.
There is a way to prevent his cheating.
Really?
However, prevention doesn't guarantee us victory. In order for us to win, you must roll a 7.
Oh, right.
Can you do it this time, Fubuki?
I I can certainly try. I became a detective by challenging my own fate. I refuse to lose here.
I'll join you in your battle.
Right.
Are you done with your little meeting? You can talk all you want, but I don't think it will change the numbers on the dice.
I can't believe they've got like the what was it called in this one? But like the comic track. I can't believe they've got that for this.
Now, shall we play?
Before we begin, I'm thirsty. Can I get some water?
Very well.
Oh no.
Oh, excuse me.
What are you trying to do?
My hand slipped. Let's begin.
Very well.
I'm counting on you, Fubuki. This game won't end until you roll a 7.
Leave it to me.
Come on.
Come on, 7. Come on, 7. There.
You... How did you...
Nice, Hollera. Nice.
Wow, this is incredible! I won! I really won!
Yay!
Impossible! I can't lose with these dice!
Seems like the game is over. You must now confess your crimes.
That's Desuhiko back there, isn't it? You're like, wow. This guy came in with blood still streaming down his face. Like, what? Why would you do that? But no, it's Desuhiko. Obviously. I can't believe he gets me every single fucking time with his disguises. Like, how? How does he do that?
I'm glad to see you have regained consciousness. Are you alright after that awful fall?
What? No, it's me, Desuhiko.
Hmm?
We went over this before we entered the casino. Were you even listening?
As I suspected, the dice used by the casino were rigged.
I'm guessing, like, the dropping of the glass was to, like, signal Desuhiko to come in. I'm guessing. And, Hollera used the distractions, just, like, wanted the die over.
The victim must have
Genius.
intended to let others know about it with a dying message. It was obvious they'd cheat if we challenged them to a match involving dice.
Which is where I came in. Well, I distracted the staff. Hollera messed with the dice.
So that is what happened.
Yes, Fubuki, that is what happened.
I was only able to win thanks to Hollera.
No, I didn't touch your dice, Fubuki.
Huh? Then I really rolled a 7 on my own?
Yes, you won that game.
Really? Thank goodness! I won that game!
Yeah, third time's the charm, you know?
Great job, princess.
Yes! Even if it was just a little bit, I believe I grew as a detective.
Yeah! You sure did, Fubuki. So we're gonna end there. Like, there's no way it just ends there, right? Surely not. Oh no, playing cards back at base.
Hey, Hollera, please do something. Fubuki has been completely obsessed since that day. There's no way I can win against someone who can turn back time.
How rude. I would never cheat like that.
Okay, so we're just gonna see her, like, blushing and panting in, like, 5 seconds.
Come on, Desuhiko. One more game.
There we go, that's where it ends. Okay. And that's where it ends. A little bit shorter than Desuhiko's. Little less running around. But you know what? I do kind of like that. I kind of like that they changed it up a little bit. That it's not just the same. You run around, talk to someone, or a couple of people, and then it's just cutscene format. I like that they're going to be different, or seemingly they're going to have slightly different formats every single time. That's good. I like that. Adds a little bit of variety. And I think you know my feelings on this one, right? Again, fairly short. I'm just going to get my feelings out right away, because I've sort of already said them. This was, as Fubuki's, pretty mediocre. Fulfilling my great desire of seeing the team hang out and, do stuff together, this was peak fiction. I mean, Fubuki was nice in this. I liked her, but realistically, Hallara stole the show at the end there, right? Which, again, look, it's no secret that I'm a bit of a Hallara simp, but, it would have been nice for Fubuki to have center stage the whole time, but at the same time, it was also nice to see the gang interacting with her specifically, right? Rather than, crossing over with each other all the time. It was pretty much all aimed at her, with the occasional, sarcastic remark from Desuhiko to Hallara, right? With the exception of that. And then, otherwise it was Hallara was really, nice and respectful of Fubuki, and, encouraging in their own way. And Desuhiko was pretty normal. He was like this in the main game, really, with Fubuki, but it was nice to see him even, well, not more so, but just as much so here as usual, that he's just, a nice, encouraging friend. He didn't say anything when Old Lady Fortune Teller was like, "Oh, lovebirds." He didn't say anything creepy or weird. He just went with, he didn't have anything to say. He didn't, get a reaction out of him at all. Which, it adds that little extra nail into their quite wholesome friendship type thing, right? I know, actually, from, well, I didn't really go looking for this. I just happened to, stumble across it. But I know, some people do really enjoy the Fubuki Desuhiko dynamic in the main game. It wasn't really something that super stood out to me. Obviously, I noticed it, but it wasn't oh yeah, this was great. I know some people have really, or did really like it, and I really liked it here. I really liked how all of them were really encouraging of Fubuki. Knowing that she is the... Not the failure of the team, but you know what I mean, right? She's the ditzy, klutzy, kinda has to rely on her forte to do her job in any capacity kinda person. I feel especially from how she talks about it as well, becoming one step closer to being a detective. She's very much the rookie of the squad as well, right? Aside from Yuma. Not that he ends up being, but for the sake of, the story, those two are the rookies, right? In which, well, when it's revealed that Yuma is number one, Fubuki then is the rookie. But, yeah, I don't know, and then you get something like this, and it feels a little more like that. She is the sidekick, because she's learning. She's got a lot to learn. A part of me does really want to see what would have happened if her and Desuhiko just went in guns blazing. But being the sidekick to Hallara, but a necessary sidekick to Hallara, is, it was nice. That. Therein is kind of the problem, I suppose. Not a problem, but how you use Fubuki is that she is a utility thing, right? She's not around because she's intelligent. She's around because her forte is broken. It's absurdly powerful. And it feels like... I don't know, it's nice that it feels like, especially here, that Tetsuhiko and Hallara value her as a person beyond just her power, right? Because it can kind of feel like at times the only reason Fubuki exists in the main story is to have her forte, and she herself is kind of like secondary to that. Unfortunately, you kind of feel that in Chapter 3, right? Like, yeah, she's not that helpful in terms of being like a detective. Her conflict, I guess, with Shinigami isn't really that important to her. It's more important to, like, Shinigami, and kind of, you know, it's a more overt showing of that, oh yeah, Shinigami does really, like, genuinely care about Yuma, kind of thing. So, you know what I mean, right? You've played the game, and if you haven't, you've watched me play it. You kind of get it, right? Surely. And I mean, in a way, you could say it's kind of backed up by the fact that Fubuki is kind of a token Kodaka stereotype of, you know, wow, rich girls say silly thing and it funny. And again, you know, I love it, but, you know. So yeah, I'm kind of torn, right? Because, like, that was not exceptional as a Fubuki thing. It was good, but it wasn't, like, top of the line, I don't think. But just, like, it gave me exactly what I want. It built upon some of the things we saw in the main game. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. If I do have one genuine complaint about it, the casino thing seems kind of contrived. Well, not the casino thing, but like the guy falling out of a wind or off the roof or whatever. The guy who tried to commit suicide and he's got to die, and it's like he's pointing at something to try and like show people that it's rigged. Like, huh? I mean, I guess in terms of like the guy who works at the casino, like, seemingly committed suicide with a die, and it's like, oh, maybe he died like mid-gamble if he's pointing it out, but it's like, I don't know, that seems a bit, they just need an excuse to get Hallara and Fubuki in a casino, huh? Which, I mean, hey, fair enough, it was pretty cool. and used the funny music, so I was all down for it. But yeah, overall, did like it. It was different to Tetsuhiko, so I don't know if I'd be like, oh yeah, Tetsuhiko's was number 1, and Fubuki's was number 2, but yeah, I liked them both for different reasons, right? It's kind of the problem there. So I feel like if we're gonna rank them, I'll have to wait till the very end there. But as is, yeah, I mean, we're off to a pretty good start with these DLC cases. They're pretty good so far. And in the next one, ooh, it'll be time for the Hallara one! Of course I'm excited about that. Got cats in the title as well. It's good stuff. This is good stuff! Seemingly, for me. I mean, it's definitely going to be good stuff for me, because Halara's involved, but well, we'll see. And so will you, if you join me again in the next one. Until then,